Well, it's a pretty sad day. You know, John was not only this incredible national iconic figure, this legend, but for a lot of us, he was a personal friend.
Mid-Michigan Congressman Dan Kildee mourning the loss of U.S. Representative John Lewis. The two were more than just colleagues in Congress, but close friends.
We served on the Ways and Means Committee together and enjoyed a lot of time together, having dinners and just talking about family.
Lewis was often called the conscience of Congress, and when he couldn't physically be in the House chambers to vote due to COVID-19 and his health condition.
As the member designated by Mr. Lewis of Georgia, pursuant to HRES 965, I inform the House that Mr. Lewis will vote yea on S3744.
He asked me if I would be willing to be his proxy, to cast his votes on his behalf, which gave me something that I'll also never forget, and that is that I spoke with him before every one of those votes. So I got to have even more time with John, you know, even right toward the end, just as recently as a couple of weeks ago.
Even as he battled cancer, Kildee says Lewis was still concerned about the current fight over injustice in the U.S., some 55 years after he got his skull broken by police officers on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Alabama during the Civil Rights Movement's Bloody Sunday. He's seen here during a commemorative march.
The way people talk about one another, the way they treat one another, the instances of bigotry and bias, these are things that really hurt John. I think partly because he worked so hard to overcome those problems and to change this country for the good. I think it hurt him when he saw some of the progress that he was a part of fall backward a bit.
Which is why Kildee says it's up to all of us to keep that progress moving forward and to uphold the legacy of his friend.
Courage that it took for him to walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, knowing that he would face violence, ought to be a lesson to all of us that if what you are seeking is important enough and meaningful enough to cross that bridge, you should do it, knowing that there are challenges and there are consequences. There are lots more bridges for us to all cross. And I think one of the way to honor John is to make sure that we take that lesson with us as we face the challenges of today.